So I'm very happy that it went well, and I hope that it'll continue to do well. All right, we'll see. All right, now, what's going to happen? I don't know. Will this game continue to have this level of popularity, or will it die out after 3 streams? That's a good question. RPGs typically do not retain a ginormous audience for me. They just don't. Usually I'll play them 2-3 times, and then by then, we'll have a core crowd of 200, 300 people maybe who will show up and watch and engage and support, but usually the hype dies after a while.
Maybe a little bit, and now it went.
That very well could happen. Now, if I'm enjoying the game and you guys are enjoying the game and it's fitting into the schedule much like any other game, I'm going to keep playing it. But if I play this game for a week and on week 2 I go to start playing it and literally no one's showing up, no one engaged, no one supports, no one cares, and everyone goes off and is distracted and talking about other topics in the chat, I'm not going to care about it anymore either. You understand? Like, that's sadly what happens with some games like this, which is what I was nervous about. You know, with Divinity Original Sin 2, you guys yelled at me for years to play it. So I eventually did. I played it for like 20 hours, and then people got bored of it. And I kept playing it for another 20 hours, and then people got tired of it and said, stop playing it. I still played it for another 20 hours, so I played it for 60 hours. By the end of that playthrough, I couldn't get people to show up to stream. Everyone yelled at me, why are you still playing it? You should be playing other games. You're wasting time with this one, right? So that's what I'm worried about, okay? I am. I'm worried about the interest will die out. So the bottom line is that nothing is really consistent, okay? It's not. And it makes me very, very nervous. But let's see what happens. Maybe not. Maybe because this is Game of the Year, because it's got the hype behind it, maybe it'll you know, keep going. I guess we'll see. I really am happy that the stream went as well as it did yesterday, okay? Now, I will address direct criticism and suggestion that I received yesterday, because here's what happened yesterday, okay? That stream, on average, had about 1,000 viewers. At one point, we were over 1,400. By the end, we were around 800, okay? So people said, wait a minute, Phil, this is crazy. Look how many people you got on your stream. You should immediately change all of the streams for the rest of the week and keep playing Baldur's Gate 3. You shouldn't let the momentum die. You should keep it going. And I said to everyone, well, I'm not going to do that because I have a schedule. I'm a variety streamer. All right. I have people who are expecting me to do various games that I've already scheduled out for the week. Just because I had one booming popular stream for this game doesn't mean that everything else now changes and makes room for it. That's not how I operate. And I got so much shit from people in the chat. Oh my God. Phil has no idea. Listen to this. I love this one. Phil has no idea how to operate a business. That might be true. Someone actually said that to me in the chat. Me, someone who has run his own business since January of 2011, and I've done this for a living for 13 years, I have no idea how to operate a business, okay? Allow me to give you a comparison perspective to put this into a better frame of reference that maybe would make a little bit more sense, okay? Let's say, for example, I was running a sandwich shop, okay? Gourmet sandwiches. And we do all kinds. We do lunch meat, meatball subs, all this good stuff, right? So think, a sandwich shop, right? Good business means to understand when you see a trend, yes, you jump on the trend and you take advantage of it, but you don't completely change everything you're doing to take advantage of a short-term trend. There's a difference between recognizing something that could critically important and importantly impact your business in a positive way and entirely changing the way you operate to take advantage of something that's going to be fleeting. Okay? So basically, here's the truth. This is sadly what most YouTubers do. All right? Here's the thing. Here's how all the YouTubers operate out there. Okay? Oh, there's a hot new game. It's the new viral game. It's the new Fall Guys. It's the new Among Us. It's the new Pizza Tower. It's the new whatever it is. Oh, we'll play it exclusively for a week or two. And then, oh, the hype's done, drop it. And that's what they do. Like, that's the formula they follow. They don't actually care about the content they're putting out. They don't care about the viewership. They don't care about putting out a good playthrough or something meaningful. All they care about is popularity, views, and money. So they play what's popular, and when it's not popular anymore, they drop it like a hot rock and don't give a shit about it ever again. That is very, very bad behavior. And sadly, what has happened is that all of you out there, and I'm sorry, this is true, all of you out there have basically been desensitized. You think that this is okay. It's not. Just because it's what the common YouTuber does, doesn't make it right, doesn't make it valid. These people are disrespecting you. These people don't care about you. They don't care about what you're watching or that you enjoy what they put out. All they care about is that it has that viral popularity to make that money for a few days, and then they move on to the next. How many people jumped on Baldur's Gate 3, played it for a week or two, and then never played it again? Didn't finish it. I would bet a bunch, because they're all the hype behind it, right? And right now, probably the same thing will happen. A bunch of people, will be buying Baldur's Gate 3 because it won Game of the Year. They'll play it for a little bit, and then they'll drop it again. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I'm different from other content creators. The fact that I'm here for 15 years and I'm still successful, despite the fact I'm not a virally popular YouTuber.
Someone like me, if I disappeared from YouTube, how many other people are there like me on YouTube right now that are genuine gamers who are doing it the way I still do it? They're not doing these highly fucking polished, edited, scripted bullshit. They're doing genuine gameplay and stuff like me. No, everyone's abandoned my formula.
I don't want to be. I don't want to follow the trend that everyone else does, that you jump on the popular game, you play it for a week, then you drop it like a hot rock. I don't want to do that. I want to make meaningful content for you. I want it that when you come to DSP Gaming, you know that if I started a game that I like, I'm finishing it. You can casually watch it from start to finish at your own leisure. And then, if you enjoy the playthrough, hopefully you would support the channel, right? As opposed to, oh, look, he's playing the same game as everyone else, and so let me just watch it for a couple days, but then know that he's never going to go back to it, because that's the kind of YouTuber he is, right? That's fleeting popularity. That doesn't mean anything. You know what that means? That's completely worthless content. That content can be watched for a week or two, and then it's not pertinent anymore because they didn't finish the game, because they didn't try to make something meaningful for their audience. They don't even care about their audience. They could give two shits who's on their stream. What they care about is this.
Anything for this, right?
That's not what I'm here for. That's never what I've been here for since the day I started making YouTube videos. I never intended to make $1 making YouTube content. I wanted to make content that was funny, that was meaningful, insightful, honest, different. That's who I've been since day one. Why people still don't understand that, I don't get it, right? Right now, if I played Baldur's Gate 3 all week long, undoubtedly the streams would have had good views. Now, it wouldn't have had as many views as the first stream. I doubt I will ever get 1,300 viewers for Baldur's Gate 3 ever again. I'd be lucky to get 500. Seriously, I'd be surprised if tomorrow when I play it again, we get 500 viewers. Okay? But likely we'd have more viewers, more support, everything for about 2-3 days. And then by the time that it's day 4 of me just playing Baldur's Gate 3, everyone will be upset who's a regular around here, right? How many of you who are regulars in the chat right now would want to watch Baldur's Gate 3 for 4 days straight with no other variety? Just clear the schedule to just play Baldur's Gate 3. No Street Fighter, no RoboCop, no late night chill streams of Like a Dragon Gaiden, no React show. Just keep playing Baldur's Gate 3, correct? Am I right or am I right? How many people would have been upset that I'm not playing everything else, right? And the funny part about it is, then you get people who say really, really dumb things. Like, well, if you're successful, then why do you have to ask for contributions? Because that's my model.
That's not begging. That's business.
My model is not jump on what's popular, bring in a bunch of no-face viewers who I don't care about, have them throw fucking money at me because I'm playing the popular viral game, and move on to the next nonsensical, meaningless content for mouth droolers. I don't do that. I make meaningful content for a directed audience. It's called curated content. Now, if you like that content, if you like that it's different, if you appreciate the fact that this week I stuck to my schedule to play the games that were scheduled, despite the fact that Baldur's Gate 3 did so good yesterday, if you appreciate that, then please come by, enjoy all the content, and support it. And yes, it means I have to mention it. It means I have to have little segments where I have to say, hey, please support this different content.
If you take a look at the leaderboard, guys, we only have $19 in tips so far today for the stream. When I come back, I'm going to be here between an hour and a half. If people are thinking of contributing to the stream to hit the tips goal today and keep the vest streak going, when I come back from break, please do it as soon as possible, because you know what's going to happen. You're going to have people who are going to be screaming, oh my God, the vest streak, and I'm not going to be able to concentrate and have fun with the game if people are doing that. So if you're thinking of contributing today, when I come back from break, please contribute, all right? All right, I'll be back in a bit.
This content that doesn't conform to the mold of what everyone else says you have to do to be a popular streamer or a popular YouTuber. I can play Baldur's Gate 3 now. I can play it next month. I can play it in 5 years, and the playthrough will be just as pertinent as good, as opposed to one of those people playing it, and it's only pertinent when the game's hot and new, and then no one cares anymore. Do you see the difference? But a lot of people don't get that, or they simply put, don't want to admit it, because then that would mean that I'm actually doing something right. And let's face it, the internet doesn't want to act like I'm doing something right. They like having me as their whipping boy. That Phil is the worst content creator. He makes all the wrong decisions, right? That way we can keep our memes going. All our toxic, negative memes can continue. And we can just keep doing what, saying all the nasty things we want about him, right? Well, guess what? I'm here after 15 years because I do things differently. If I had tried to be like everyone else, I would have went out of business years ago. Literally, other people would have said, here's our schedule. Oh, wait, Baldur's Gate 3 did well? Let's cancel every other game. Cancel every other sandwich that we make in the sandwich shop. We're only making chicken parm. For as long as I can milk the money coming out of the chicken parm sandwich, we keep milking the money out of the chicken parm sandwich. But then what happens? Right? What happens then? Let's be honest. You are ending up not being loyal and honest to those who made you who you are, right? If I only played Baldur's Gate 3 and didn't care about anything else, what about all the other people who watch RoboCop, who watch Street Fighter, who watch other games and want to see those too? That's not fair to them. What did they do wrong that now they get treated like the redheaded stepchild because another game's more popular right now? What did they? Nothing. They didn't do anything to deserve that, right? That's messed up. That's because I would be doing it solely for personal gain. And I'm not doing things solely for personal gain. I refuse. I do things because I feel like they have meaning for me and my audience, okay? I'm excited to play more Baldur's Gate 3. I can't wait to play more Baldur's Gate 3 tomorrow and Friday and continuing on with this playthrough in balance with the rest of my variety streamer schedule. That's how I operate. If you have an issue with that, you can go watch someone who played the game for 2 weeks and never played it again because all they cared about was the flash in the pan popularity. Or on the flip side, you could go watch one of these streamers who plays the crap out of that style of game and probably was a master of it and played it for a month straight and dominated the game and had a great time. Go watch them too. But if you want a true, honest, first-time experience from someone who has no prerequisite knowledge of the series, of D&D, of Baldur's Gate, who only game I've ever played was Divinity 2, didn't finish it, and if you want to see all the foibles and the mistakes I'm going to make and me arduously learning this system and having the opportunity to actually interact with me and help me out to understand how this game works, and if you want to be a part of that awesome process, no matter how dozens or hundreds of hours it ends up being, and you're okay with waiting for the content because the content's good, it's genuine, it's meaningful.
Complete trash.
And that's why I'm still here successfully running a business after 15 years. That's why with only, there's a lot of viewers, 580 viewers on my stream, I can still operate a successful business. This is why. Because I'm not like them. I don't get it. Phil has so few viewers. How does he make a living?
As of Friday and onward, I'm going to still be here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Because the bottom line is, I told you guys, I have no money. I literally have $0 to my name right now. Zero. So I can't afford any games. I was going to play Untitled Goose Game, except that last night I got the notification that I have no money. And I was like, that really sucks. Every day the money I get from tips, I'm transferring to my bank account. So essentially, I'm overdrawn. For them to tell me that I have that, the notice that you are, no balance or whatever. So I don't have money for it right now. I want to play it. It's only $15 supposedly, but the money that was given to me yesterday for it, I already had to put towards paying bills. That's more important. So
I make a good living because people like me and my content. Despite all the nonsense people say about me, they're all fucking wrong. They don't get it because all they care about is what they have been conditioned to think is the right way to do things. It's not. There's more than one way to do things in life. My way works, and actually works better than those who are constantly dependent on waiting for the next viral sensation to hit. Because when there's no viral sensations to cover, guess what happens? We got nothing to do today. It's a boring day. So now we got to talk about drama. Now we got to cause problems. Now we got to be assholes because we need content today. I don't need to do that ever. Ever. I always have more than enough content to put out for the internet because I don't make shit. Get it?
Going on behind the scenes of everything. And I tried to tell you guys about it without giving you specifics. And it's hard to do, to explain that to people. But yeah, my company is not bankrupt. My business is not bankrupt. My business is doing well. It's profitable. The problem is all the profit gets sucked up by this insane amount of unsecured personal debt that I have. And and also, quite frankly, the condo in Connecticut that I have not been able to rent or get rid of. So all that's going on, and any money that I make immediately gets sucked to creditors. So I've been busting my ass for years, right? Putting out all these streams for you guys and actually making great money doing it, and immediately all the money gets pissed away because I have to legally pay all these people. That's been the problem, okay? So that's the difference. You know, my company is not going bankrupt. I am. There's a big difference and a big legal difference there. But the thing is, you don't understand that because you don't understand the law. You don't understand how business works, okay? You don't understand anything. All you do is you listen to a bunch of dumb shitheads on YouTube who make fun of me to make money and have no actual knowledge of anything, how anything works. In fact, they probably can't even get their own lives in fucking order, but they have to realize that this is a gravy train for them to make fun of me, so they just make shit up constantly. Okay? So